Hey guys, my name is Marina and you're watching my weekly forecast for the week of March 18th until the 24th. So, generally we can say that there is going to be a very big shift in the energy around us because the sun, the most important planet in astrology, is changing the sign. So on the 20th, which is Monday, so on Monday, the sun is going to enter Aries. And for all of us, this should make us more capable to take risks. The sun in Aries is actually in an exalted position, which means that it is very strong. And in some way, we can all benefit, but the benefits will come from our personal actions because Aries is related with that, with taking initiatives, with taking certain risks, and even being more impulsive than you usually are. But before that, on Saturday and Sunday, we have the sun still in Pisces. And the last degrees of each sign are not an easy position, especially when we are talking about Pisces. Pisces is usually a more passive sign, related with being more introverted, more focused on your inner world. And the last 3 degrees of each sign are also considered to be in some way critical. In some way, they're really similar to the energy of Pisces. So we have a double Pisces energy on Saturday and Sunday. Which means that generally it won't be a time to, be very active or take new activities or something like that. It's more a time to focus on your inner world. It's especially positive time for some kind of spiritual activities. It can be related with meditation, or you may just feel better if you're staying on your own, if you're more isolated from other people. We should say also that while the sun is in the last degrees of Pisces on Saturday and Sunday, at the same time it will make square with Saturn. So this is again a complicated aspect, which means that we may not be allowed to do whatever we want. Saturn is the planet of restrictions, the planet of delays, of some kind of challenges. And the square between the Sun and Saturn can lead to some kind of frustration. You may want to do something, but for some reason it may not be the right time. So perhaps it would be better to avoid something important or new activities on Saturday and Sunday. As I said, on Monday the Sun enters Aries. In the first few days we can still feel the influence between the square from Saturn, but at least the signs are in harmony, even though we have an exact aspect as a degree between Saturn and the Sun. The signs are not squaring because the Sun in Aries and Saturn in Sagittarius actually are in harmony according to their sign position. Which means that even though there might be some kind of challenges, things may require a little bit more efforts, it won't be so, suppressing you. You won't feel so stuck. And actually, we're going to have also a lot of many planets in fire signs, which suggests that it is definitely a time for taking initiatives. Also on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we have 7 planets in cardinal signs. And it is something very rare to have so many planets in certain modality. And cardinal signs, the cardinal modality is in some way similar to the fire energy. So it increases even more this desire to start doing something, to find new ways, to find new solutions, to be very active. So that's what you should be focused on. You should be aware at the same time that when there is too much fire energy, like in this week, especially after Monday, and also cardinal signs at the same time, This can be related with difficulties to make compromises. People may not be so soft. For example, it's possible that the surrounding people can be even more rude with you sometimes. It will be difficult, to make the compromises, to find solutions that are suitable for both of the sides. Usually, when there is so much, so strong fire energy, we may be a little bit more egocentric, focused on our personal desires. People may just want to do whatever they want, and when there are too many people wanting to follow only their own desires, usually, it brings conflict situations. Also, something really possible when there is so much fire. There might be some kind of conflicts. People tend to be even more aggressive sometimes. So be prepared. If there is a situation that requires to find balance, or to be softer, be prepared that it might be a challenge for you. What else do we have? Also, on Saturday, Sunday and Monday, the transit Mercury will be in conjunction with Venus, with the transit Venus. And as we know, Venus is retrograde during the whole week, will be retrograde. So the conjunction between the transit Mercury actually in some way will accentuate Venus in Aries. So it will be probably a very active time regarding relationships, and especially having conversations with your partner. It is especially positive time if you want to get in touch with a partner that you have previously been in a relationship, or someone from your past. Mercury and Venus, especially Venus retrograde, actually can lead to meeting someone from your past, thinking about your past also. So generally, the transit Mercury will activate the retrograde Venus, and also soon after that, actually at the end of the week, around Thursday and Friday, the transit Sun also will make conjunction with the transit retrograde Venus. So we can see that it probably will be a very active period regarding relationships, especially romantic relationships. And in this situation, since Venus is retrograde, probably we are talking about something related with your past. Another interesting thing during the week, we are going to have a Tau square, and actually it starts from, sorry, just a second. So the Tau square, it starts from Tuesday. And the Tau square is between Mercury in Aries, Pluto in Capricorn, and Jupiter in Libra. So this is a cardinal Tau square. Pluto is in the apex because Pluto is the planet that makes the two squares, which means that it is the most active planet. And when we are talking about Pluto, it usually can be related with some kind of critical situations, with the need to transform something, to change it, but to change it from the roots, to totally transform it. And Mercury and the opposition with Jupiter, Mercury and Jupiter in opposition, something very typical for this opposition is that we might be distracted between, and we may not find, it might be difficult to find the balance between the small things that we are focusing on and the bigger picture or our final goal. Mercury in Aries can be related with focusing on the small things that actually are related with your personal desires, with what you want to do. And Jupiter in Libra may indicate that the small steps can distract you from your final goal, or there might be just two small things that you need to pay attention on, and it doesn't allow you to look ahead, to look beyond the horizon. And actually the opposition is between Aries Libra, which is the axis of relationships. So it's very possible that this opposition may affect again the area of relationships with other people, with close people around you. and we have again, the opposition between our own desires, our own actions, and the need to find the balance or to find the support from other people. And actually, Jupiter in Libra can indicate that it might be a positive time for you to ask for support, for example, to ask for advice from other people, and it can bring some kind of benefits for you because we're talking about Jupiter. Of course, it may not be in an easy way because we have Pluto squaring, so it's very possible that, for example, it can affect people who are usually not used to ask for advices. Now they may need to totally transform that and ask for support from other people, for example. But generally, the cardinal Tau square, especially with Pluto included there, is related again with taking actions, with making the changes and being active. So, yeah, I think that these were the most important transits that I wanted to share with you. So, in general, we can say a very intense week with lots of intense energy, especially from Monday, very good for new activities and making changes, because the Tau square is again a configuration that can bring a lot of energy, and this can be used to totally change something in your life. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was helpful for you, and see you around.